Good day, everyone. I am Michael, the moderator for this webinar. I welcome everyone for today's webinar, which is Nacha Rule Update, New Regulations, Guidance, and Enforcement. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our presenter for today, Justin D. Muscolino. Justin brings over 20 years of wide-ranging experience in compliance, training, and regulations. He also served as an advisor for the Global Compliance Institute, GCI, and instructs at the Barrett School of Business and various compliance training providers. I would now like to hand over the floor to the speaker. Over to you, Justin.
All right, thank you very much for the introduction, and I want to welcome everybody here today to talk about the latest and greatest with Nacha. Since everyone's level of knowledge in this area, it vastly differs, we're just going to look at some basic information and then build off that throughout the presentation. But we'll also talk about the proposals and recent regulations. There's a few, but we're really getting geared up for the major overhaul, which is going to occur, relatively soon. So let's just start out with the basics, build off of that. So ACH has been around for close to 50 years now. The whole goal of it when it was launched was really just to make payments easier. Nacha is pretty much they provide the legal foundation for the ACH network. And they do this by disseminating rules and guidelines for the participants in the network to follow. But, these rules really ensure that the infrastructure, the applications, the enforcement are all consistent with, how they deal with members in the network. So that's a little bit about Nacha. To give you a lay of the land, there's some really good resources on the site. Some of these have been updated just recently. With the RMQG is really just the advisory group that issues papers and information to the members and available on the public website. The issues that have been occurring in the network within the last year. It's kind of like a 2023 version, which is really helpful, and it's good information on it. Now, also, current fraud threats. There have been a number of them that Nacha has written about. Nacha came out a report. This is not too old. It's for 2023, just on the activity in the system. All right. So with the updates, the APRP, it's just a risk professional designation. I just wanted to put it there for your information. Regulations or guidelines that they want to issue in the upcoming year. And then, the 2024 Nacha operating guidelines were released about a month and a half ago, month or so. So you can absolutely get your copy. And this is another graph that I pulled off the website, which is pretty good, just showing that payments in healthcare have been exploding. So just some minor stuff that I want to talk about. The micro entries. This came out September of last year. It was phase 2. They did it. Most of the technology-related upgrades, they try to roll it out in 2 phases over 2 years or maybe even 3 years, just to see the impact. First phase will set the definition and details, and then the second phase is where the upgrades really take hold. So the first phase occurred in September 2022. Now there's microentry. So for the Nacha operating rule changes on June 2024. So again, these amendments are effective on October 1 and really just part of a larger risk management package. The contact registry is going to be updated. I think I mentioned that earlier. There's going to be more information as far as the recent rule, which wanted more members to use it. Now, with the Nacha risk management framework, Nacha has been working on a new risk management framework for a while now, and it's really to aid in uh, to really aid with fraud. As you can imagine, what we talked about today has a lot of elements of fraud that's been reporting. Beyond the ACH updates, there's other information that's relevant to electronic transfer funds. Reg J. So Reg J is the collection of checks and other items by the Fed. The second page, you could tell essentially they're part of two releases, one that's coming in June and the other one in October. Another couple in the works for 2026, fraud monitoring. Be aware. And like I said, it's really easy to just get a feed from your email. You can get all the communications and they're really helpful, especially the guidance they issue as well. So if you haven't done so, definitely go ahead. Yeah, thank you again. And thanks everybody for attending. Like I said, just keep up on the Nacha news because we're probably going to get some more soon.
Thank you, Justin. So that does conclude the session for today. Thank you everyone for participating. You may all disconnect now. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.